All right, Salisbury Center, things are starting to heat up because this is the co-main event of the evening. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Omari Simmons.
Omari Simmons, 5'4", 144 pounds. He's 20 years old, fighting out of Universal General MMA in Portsmouth, Virginia. His hometown of Chesapeake, he's 2-1, and the number 16th ranked featherweight in Virginia. This is going to be his fourth fight for Cagezilla, and he is coming off a first-round submission win of Telvin Ruffin, who we saw earlier in today's card. He's so far alternated wins and losses. He wins one, loses one, and wins one, and he's yet to put together a winning streak, but he's hoping to change that tonight. He's actually submitted two fighters on tonight's card, Zach Vincent and Telvin Ruffin, in prior bouts. So when he wins quick. He's 5'4". He's always going to be a little bit smaller at 145, but he's very, very explosive, very fast, and he hasn't really had an issue yet getting into the range of his opponent. He's a black belt in Taekwondo. He was a standout football player, and he has been transitioning into MMA here these last few years and really, really doing well. And, I'll tell you, Liam, I've seen him throw some really nice judo, hip tosses, and landing, and there's a lot of different things he could do. He's a very athletic individual.
He absolutely has some type of wrestling pedigree that's gone unmentioned. But let's throw it back down to Chris to introduce his opponent.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Ben Sherrill.
Well, speaking of wrestling, Ben Sherrill, 5'8", 145 pounds. He's 23 years old, fighting out of Jorge Gergel MMA Academy in Westchester, Ohio. His hometown's Miamisburg, Ohio, and he's 2-0 and the number 7th ranked featherweight in Kentucky. This guy's been all over. This is his Cagezilla debut, and one of his coaches is Dave Reeves, formerly of Disciple MMA, now over at Jorge Gergel in MMA in Ohio. He's got a 50% finish rate, and he secured a first-round submission in his last bout in this past August. He wrestled at Ashland University in Ohio and is the wrestling coach over at the gym as well. He picked up MMA just a year and a half ago, but he's having a lot of success early on in his career. He's focused. He avoids social media, but if you really apply pressure, he'll tell you he's got a TikTok just for the hell of it.
So I'm interested in this bout mainly because I have a lot of respect for Omari. I think Omari's style is something that's incredibly weird to deal with. Somebody who's that powerful, that compact, has the bouncing karate style that just is all timing and distance, but then can grapple you like nobody's business. But we have an Ohio wrestler in here who is coming in at a height advantage. He looks like a very proper featherweight, whereas Omari looks like a future bantamweight figuring out fighting right now. I'm interested to see the size matchup.
Yeah, and how he's going to mitigate that. So far in his career, he's done a great job. But for now, we'll throw it down to Chris Fuller for the official call.
Good luck.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Cagezilla featherweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Nutrition Corner of Manassas on Liberia Avenue, with great supplements and more, meeting all of your nutrition needs. And ESP Advertising, bottom line results through memorable and measurable advertising. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'4" and weighing in at 144 pounds, fighting out of Universal General MMA with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat, it's Omari Simmons! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of George Gergel MMA Academy with a record of 2 wins and no defeats, it's Ben Sherrill! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Cagezilla featherweight division. It is brought to you by Nutrition Corner of Manassas and ESB Advertising. Your referee is Michael Dolman.
And the cage doors are closed. Mike Dolman will be getting the bout started. Ladies and gentlemen, my broadcast partner Charles is now going to the back to help his fighter prepare. You'll be with me and Chris for the rest of the evening. We're getting things started here. I'm liking how Ben has, hard hit to start. Oh, good knee. On that single leg though. taking the clinch as a wrestling opportunity, trying to find that back. That fence held up Omari. Very intelligent. He had that guillotine for a second, putting frames in. I'm liking how Omari is building frames off that head to kill the wrestling pressure, but he has to keep his feet under him. Really? Oh, those hands are locked. That's a finished takedown.
Yeah, I was about to say, really good job by Ben there just to hold on to that and then finish with the takedown.
I really like how Omari is building immediately onto some kind of threat submission, creating some space. I'd like to see him not try to hold on too long and get back to his feet, though. That's a dangerous place to put your elbow. Omari right now is in danger of getting a head and arm triangle slapped on him, but gets his elbow back. That now it's just a control. Generally in MMA, I would not necessarily coach an athlete to go to side control, but against the cage, it's a good position because it's much harder to be explosive with a barrier where Omari wants to move his hips to start turning, but he gets his hips down. Back is in danger. Opponent now, though, falling hips low. Omari gets his arms out. There's the armbar threat here after the omoplata. Oh, just getting out. Oh, that was a great, quick little turns for the escape by Omari. Now they're back on their feet. Wow. Oh, countering the leg kick with a nice, crisp right hand.
That looked like a sure finish on the ground right there. Omari Simmons doing a great job of getting out, getting it back on his feet.
Oh, Omari going under the punch, clinching up, back on the fence. Well, I'm really very quick takedown. I'm really liking Ben's cage wrestling. We're back in the side control position where Ben has found his way to very dangerous submission threats. I don't know if he's going to want to be committing to those as much as he did. As close as that finish was, it was also the reason why he lost his control position, now taking mount. See if Omari can explode out of this position.
It's going to be tough.
Turns back down, giving his back again.
Just looking for any way out of this.
Omari seems to be locking down, trying to protect the neck as Ben tries to feed one thing. That is on top of the jaw, not under it yet. Omari finding his hips back. Omari right now is just honestly trying to survive, trying to make sure he doesn't let a hand go under his jaw for free as he defends. Ben doing a great job of just swimming chokes left and right. He's going to try to commit to this one. I don't think that choke is necessarily under the jaw. You don't need it, but sometimes that pressure can be hard, especially when the head's on the chest like that.
Well, he has those hooks deep in, Liam. It's going to be hard for Simmons to get out of this one.
Oh, nice crisp little punch from the back. I don't want to say little. It's actually a pretty big windup.
And that's it.
Good job by Omari not letting the worst case scenario happen, that finish getting choked in. I like his defenses. I like how he's risking the back to get up, but a little more hand fighting. Maybe just grabbing that choke arm with two hands on one arm to help start some escapes. But Ben is doing a great job. We got a replay here of that amazing submission. Everyone, you're going to see a first. He has what we call a Kimura. As Omari tries to roll out, it turns into an armbar. Right there, just one slip of a grip, Omari pulls his elbow out. That's incredibly good reactions from Omari in that situation. And great job on Ben. Chaining submissions is a higher level skill. Understanding how to switch your controls is difficult, and he did it almost seamlessly, but losing his grip on the wrist.
So it looks like Omari was very comfortable trying some stuff on the ground there until he ran into a buzzsaw on the ground just now, and Ben Sherrill. Coming into this fight with 2 submission wins under his belt, I think Omari thought that ground game was going to go a little bit differently there, Liam.
And honestly, it's the cage wrestling. Ben is picking to be on top. Ben is the one who's getting Omari to the floor because whenever he gets that fence, he finds 2 hands locked under the butt and just scoops the legs away. So he's the one who gets his position. Omari showing that he is no slouch on the ground either. That escape shows experience. They're starting off, having exchanged some leg kicks. Omari playing a bit of a pressure. Oh, good, crisp 3-2. Oh, Omari playing the counter boxing game now. I actually really love this.
That's what I was hoping to see out of him right now. Just a little bit of switching game plan, and it looks like it's working out so far until that happens.
Omari doing a great job, but just not able to defend the wrestling, going under some strikes.
But he's not freaking out. He's completely relaxed there, looking okay.
I completely agree. Blocking that shot, too. That did not get through. I like the attempt to get up, but he did not have enough base to resist getting broken backwards. In half guard now.
Yeah, doing a good job of keeping him in the half, too.
Omari sneaking that knee out. He might reclaim a guard. No, he goes back to the half guard. I like Omari trying to fish right there. He's trying to fish for his own Kimura. I'd like to see him starting to build more frames, though. Building a little more separation for him to explode out of. This is great winning minutes by Ben Sherrill right now, though. The ride time, he has that Dagestani handcuff going around the back. This is a very hard place for Omari to escape from, even if there's no immediate damage really piling up. Just these points and these minutes are. Oh, good switch through. Oh, if he could only just find his hips to a little bit of a different position. Ben beautifully riding the hips.
Yeah, he's doing a great job maintaining control.
And, oh, right here, a little high ride, Let's see if Omari can shake Ben off the top. If there's one issue Ben's shown is a high ride, and that's a lot of grappling. Omari should be taking advantage of this, trying to win this round definitively.
Yeah, he was a little slow jumping in on the
Omari's
back there.
high on that back. He needs to settle his hips back, or else he will fall off again, as he says right there. Oh, right back to the half guard. Great job, Ryan, on this matchmaking. This is an incredibly even bout.
Yeah, great night so far.
Oh, he's locked on a Kimura threat right now. He's locked on a Kimura. He's trying to get that shoulder into a submission. The arm's isolated away from the body. Omari's trying to extend the arm. It is in heavy danger, though. Heavy danger. Everyone, this is just a leverage away from being a submission. Oh, and Omari finds his squirm out.
Was Omari able to squirm out of that one, or did he just give up on it?
A little bit of, I think, oh, good ground and pound.
And 10 seconds.
Omari was able to turn his body. He stopped being flat and was able to turn his torso onto the elbow. It just made, I agree with you. I think Ben just let go of that submission in favor of not burning out. Right now, if you're Omari's corner, you have to accept that this is going the wrong way for you. I say Omari is evenly matched, but right now, Ben is just finding that wrestling early and capitalizing on the top positions. Omari had a great reversal, but unable to capitalize on the opportunity when Ben had a moment of hesitation, I'd say.
Yeah, going the wrong way for Omari right now, but going the right way for all the grappling fans at home. This has been a grappling battle for the last 6 minutes. We'll see what they do here in the third.
If I'm Ben's corner, I'm telling him stay riding low on the back. He is dominant until he tries to chase chokes and his head just gets a little too forward, and he's now been shaken off twice.
Absolutely.
I think Omari's corner has to find confidence in that boxing, but they can't let their fighters step in too deep. The wrestling threat is just too immediate.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to stay off the ground. He was getting success early there with some striking. Let's see if he can find that now. Find a way to stay on his feet. Here they go, right back to the middle of the Cagezilla logo.
Now, for everyone at home, Ben's wrestling does not come without a price. He did get the right. Oh, Omari going to settle it down. Can he get behind him? Deny the wrestler the underhooks. Yes, I love this damage on the floor. Let's make sure Omari got to make sure he does not get turned over. Oh, rides with it and reverses on top. That is impressive. Would love to see that again.
Brutal elbows there, too.
Mike Dolan trying to warn Omari that these elbows need to be landed at the right place, not on the back of the head. Oh, and gets put down in the back. Omari needs to have an all-or-nothing attitude when it comes to these positions. He can't allow himself to stay on bottom.
Maybe try to walk up the cage right here a little bit. I don't know.
That would be smart, but right now I think he's just trying to defend against these elbows.
Yeah, you're right. He's trying to do anything he can to not absorb any more punishment.
Oh, flattened out again. Let's see if Ben can finally take advantage of this position. I'd say Ben's starting to rattle the hop, but flattening out, this is the better decision-making, I'd say. I'd like to see him gain a little bit of posture, not chase this choke and burn out his arms. I like to see a little bit of point damage to open up the submission threat. Right now, Omari can just lock down to this turtle, protect his neck. Oh, there's a choke being fed through. Tap.
Wow.
Great work. Great systematic breakdown. Omari at a point, you got to wonder if how much that submission was just the will kind of being broken at a point, and that choke just not enough energy or just a gap in his mental allowing that choke go through. All credit to Ben, though, consistently finding dominant position, finally able to seal the deal in the third round.
Very technical ground game there by Ben. Found a way to get the to end the fight, even though it looked like what you were talking about earlier might have happened. He was riding a little bit high there for a second, scooted his way back down the back of Omari and was able to finish the fight. So great job by Ben.
And that's a gritty fight. That is you having to be confident to keep going back to that area where you thought you had the victory. Looking at the replay right now, that right arm goes under the neck, Omari taps. Very clean, very clean work. If I'm Omari's corner, I do look at this right now as those two athletes stand next to each other, and you have to admit, they don't look like they should be fighting in the same weight class. I don't know how Omari manages his weight outside of camp, but if Omari has goals on the professional ranks of MMA, I'd be saying that this is going to be an issue. He did show good wrestling skills, but the more experienced wrestler, who also had the size on his side, came through. There's a moment now as Chris collects the final details from the judges. We'll be making our way to announcing our winner. And let's throw it down to Chris to make this official.
Salisbury Center referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action with 1 minute and 27 seconds left in the third round for your winner by rear naked choke. Out of the blue corner, it's Ben Sherrill.
Congratulations, Ben Sherrill. Everybody, we'll be right back with some more Cagezilla action coming up in our main event for the vacant welterweight title. David Brigida versus Nico Patridis.
Like and subscribe to Cagezilla.